Good afternoon to my subscribers in the Philippines. A good early morning or good evening, depending on where you are, to my subscribers in America and beyond. Welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. This channel is geared toward the new man and woman who has never been to the Philippines before, who is contemplating making a visit here for vacation, slow vacationing, or to rejuvenate. That's the word we use on this channel. We don't use retire. Because the more I looked at it, when people come over here, we don't retire, we rejuvenate. And I see it every day. I've seen a lot of it over my 11 years. And my 11 years doesn't make me an expert or know it all. Philippines is too vast for that. But it does give me a unique perspective. I just like to share that perspective with the new man and woman to help them avoid a lot of the mistakes, a lot of the problems that I had when I got here 11 years ago. Remember, I told you, I didn't read the Philippine handbook. I just got on the plane and flew over. And see, I'm boots on the ground here. I'm right in the middle of all this. I live among the locals. Okay, I'm not all around the edges like a lot of these vloggers in these fancy towers in Makati looking down on the locals and giving you a play-by-play. No, I'm right here in the middle. And I'm going to give you the nitty-gritty, okay? I'm going to tell you exactly how it is. What I'm seeing, what I'm living, what I'm experiencing. I'm never going to sugarcoat it. So thanks again. Today, October the 14th, 2020, still in the pandemic. And this is our version of the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good for today, it's very good. About 3 months ago when I started this Sunshine Shoulders, it was just a one-man movement. You know, I made a decision that I wasn't going to sit around and watch why decent, hard-working people in my community, which I was living in Zamboanga at the time, I wasn't going to sit around and watch why they suffered during this pandemic. Because the pandemic has put a whammy on the Philippines. I don't know really, I mean, only what I read about America, but I don't know what it's done to your country. But here, it's really putting the hurting on these people, because over here, most of the people, if it's no work, it's no pay. Okay, there's no unemployment insurance like we have in America that they can file for. There's no food stamps, there's no AFDC. So I just decided that I was going to sacrifice 1,000 pesos every week out of my savings, because I'm not rich by any stretch of the imagination, to give back to the community. Because believe it or not, I was probably giving away more than that just on the street. But I thought to myself, you know, am I helping the right people? Because it's hard to tell the scammers from the people who really need it. So I said, I'm going to create a page. I created my Sunshine Shoulders Facebook page strictly to give away 1,000 pesos every week. So what I do is I have people go to my Sunshine Shoulders YouTube page. And this is strictly for my Filipino subscribers. I have them subscribe to my channel to get entered into the drawing. Okay. Now before you start, we're in the Philippines. Remember, when you're in Rome, you do as the Romans do. Filipinos like to do something to be entered into something. Okay. Believe it or not, this free stuff, they really don't, even though this is free, they want to put in some action. Okay. They want to do their parts. I tell them come to my YouTube channel, subscribe, and to be entered, because they don't watch my videos, obviously. Okay, and every week we put their names. I've got this spin wheel. We put everybody's name in the spin wheel and we spin it, and every week whoever name comes up wins 1,000 pesos. We send it to him lawyer, whatever. And so far, we've given away 20,000 pesos, and it may not seem like a lot to you. You know, that's about 400 US dollars, because every week, 1,000 pesos is about $20. But if you go on my Sunshine Shoulders page and you see the reaction to the winners, you'll see that, man, we're making a difference. And what's the very good news about it? A gentleman he's an American, he's a contractor with the U.S. Navy over in the Middle East. He saw my video on that. And he sent me an email. He said, man, I really like what you're doing over there. He said, I can see, you giving the money straight to the people. You're really helping them. He said, I want to support you. He said, I'm gonna match that 1,000 pesos that you're giving every week. That way we can help 2 people every week. And man, you talking about, it blew me away. I mean, I'm still on cloud 9, and thank you to that donor. He knows who he is. So now every Friday night at 8 p.m., we're giving away 2,000 pesos every single week during the pandemic just to help, because I'm going to tell you, man, it's extremely, extremely hard over here to earn a living to begin with. And then you throw in this pandemic. So it's just our way of doing it back. It's how I was raised. Somebody did it for me, believe it or not. Okay? But that's the good news. This guy, he stepped up and said, look, I'm going to match that 1,000 pesos. So now we're giving away 2 winners every week. And then once every other month, I'll take another 1,000 pesos out of my pocket, and I'll go to the grocery store and I'll buy 1,000 pesos worth of groceries. And then I'll talk to somebody in the community and they'll nominate somebody, a young family usually, and I'll take them 1,000 pesos worth of groceries, okay? So that's the good news. The bad news is People's Park is closed. And that's a beautiful, beautiful park here in Zamboanga. I mean, not in Zamboanga, in San Carlos City. And I really wanted to show you guys this park. I mean, it's beautiful. It sits right on the ocean. And also, it's one of those places where I want to do my videos. I mean, it's just picturesque. And I had so many plans for People's Park. And it's been put on hold because of the COVID. They've shut it down. Because if you go on my channel, I've got a no equipment, no problem home workout. Well, I'm going to reshoot it once they open up this park. And I'm also going to shoot a low impact workout for those of us, who cannot do those other exercises, okay? But it makes a perfect backdrop for these videos that I do. So, I was disappointed. We went there the other day, and I think it cost 25 pesos to get in. It's 12 pesos to get in. But they said, no, we're closed because of the COVID, so that's the bad. The ugly is, man, this racial divide in my country. And I hate to even talk about it, but I have to address it today. It's ugly, man. It seems like every time I turn on the news, pick up the newspaper, go on Yahoo, there's a march, there's a protest, somebody shot, either a civilian or a policeman. And this racial divide is just growing, man. And I grew up with it. I'm 57 years old in America, and I promise you, I thought by now that this would be taken care of. See, when I was little. See, when I was 12 years old, they had forced busing in Louisville, Kentucky. You can Google it and look it up. And every morning that I'd go to school, I was in the 7th grade, I'd have to fight the Ku Klux Klan just to get into the school. I'm 12 years old. I had to deal with this every single day, And I seriously thought that surely by the time I'm an adult and I have children of my own, that all of this would be taken care of. But it isn't, man. Somehow, some way, it's getting stronger. It's getting worse. Somebody's feeding this, and I don't understand it. I can't grasp my mind around it. The hate, the division, we're all Americans. We're supposed to be, one country, United States of America. Now it's the divided states of America. And it's really hurting, man. It's really, I'm over here in the Philippines. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing when I'm around Filipinos and we're seeing this stuff on the news, because a lot of these countries, they look up to America and to Americans, as the leaders of the free world. But this racial divide, and the police are under attack, black men are under attack, women are under attack, gays are under attack, everybody's under attack in America, man. So, and it's ugly. And I just wanted to touch on that. I didn't want to get into any detail, but I did tell you about, when I was 12, man, I had to fight the Ku Klux Klan every single day just to go to school. Then when we get out, they're throwing bricks, busting our windows and everything like that, okay? It's crazy, but it's ugly. And that's the ugly for the day. And I wish I had a solution. I wish I had an answer for it, okay? But I don't. And it seems like no one has an answer. I'm so glad that I was raised the way I was, to have love and compassion for everybody. And it shows because I'm an insurance agent in Louisville, Kentucky. Okay, a semi-rejuvenated insurance agent in Kentucky. And most of my clients are white. And they're beautiful, beautiful people. I have a wonderful relationship with them. And it's because of the way I was raised to respect everybody, to love and have compassion for everybody. So that's the ugly for today. Thank you for coming by. I really appreciate it. Hopefully the People's Park will open up soon. Remember, I'm not an expert. I'm not a know-it-all. If I come off like that, I missed the mark, and I apologize. I just want to be helpful. My channel's for the new man and woman. Provide them information to make their trip over here a lot more enjoyable, a lot smoother, minus all the problems and stress that I went through when I came over here, okay? Now, if you're in America, I know, hopefully, if you're on the East Coast, you helped somebody before you went to bed. If you're on the West Coast, there's still a little time before your head hits the pillow. Help somebody tonight, man. If you roaming out, you're at Kroger's, or you want, at the, what's the other grocery store I forgot out on the West Coast, and you see somebody out in the streets, man, buy them something to eat. Give them a couple of dollars, buy them something to drink. And if you're in the Philippines, it's just now 1 p.m. We still have plenty of time to find somebody to help. Because I'm going to tell you something. If I don't know anything else, I know this. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Thank you again for stopping by. Stay COVID free. Stay safe. Take care.